Hello everyone, I'm Heather Dawson, and as always, it's a pleasure bringing you the best of California every week on our show. So let's start off with a trip to Morocco. The 29th annual Rallye Aïcha des Gazelles du Maroc is happening in the deserted parts of southern Morocco across the Sahara Desert. The event attracts women of all walks of life, including royalty. We sent our very own Marco Gutierrez, who caught up with a few princesses in the desert.
Okay, so I'm excited because I just got back from Morocco and I was there for a really crazy and spectacular event. This is the Rallye Aïcha des Gazelles. Rallye Aïcha des Gazelles is the only women-only off-road rally in the world. Women from all over the world, from all ages and all backgrounds, come to this event. This event is on its 28th year. Almost 80% of this year's participants are first-timers.
Do you have experience?
No.
Oh,
Not at all. It's the first time, and it was actually our first time using a compass and everything.
And the first time like driving.
And the first time driving a 4x4 and everything. So it was just all new for us. Also sleeping in a tent.
Yeah, that's
all
totally
new.
new.
All new.
All new.
So the concept of this race is no speed, all 100% off-road, and no GPS. They use old school maps to navigate across the Sahara Desert. And that's how they navigate across this entire race.
It's a mental challenge. This is not just a driving challenge, it's definitely mental. Sun is a little bit unsettling. I had a blast, however, navigation-wise is really, really scary because you cannot see a thing.
And so you're coming along to get an inside look at the Rallye Aïcha des Gazelles. I'm Marco Gutierrez. You're watching California Life.
And coming up next, animal abuse is a real and unfortunate thing. Cuddly.com is a worldwide website registry where animal activists and lovers can donate gifts, funds, and warmth to promote the end of animal abuse. Just recently, they helped save a dog who was found left for dead in a dumpster in Long Beach. Stay tuned for this touching story. Someday very soon, a robot may be showing up at your door or place of business. As you'll see in this next report, the robot will have a package for you.
It's no longer just a 1980s sci-fi movie. The future is now. Robotic technology will be taking to the streets as part of a cutting-edge innovation that will benefit homeowners and businesses.
And this is an autonomous delivery device that we believe will revolutionize last-mile delivery.
FedEx is unveiling a prototype of the FedEx Same-Day Bot vehicle. It has been designed in response to the rapid growth of e-commerce and a commitment to environmental sustainability and public safety. The FedEx Bot is designed to travel at moderate speeds on sidewalks and along roadsides, safely delivering smaller shipments to customers at their homes and businesses.
The great thing about our bot is it has a low impact on the environment around it. It's battery operated, it's a relatively small footprint. It means that we can match the right solution to the opportunity. So you're not using a 3,000-pound vehicle for a 3-pound delivery.
Phillips says they are dog-friendly to boot. To learn more about the robotic delivery system, go to thefuturefedex.com.
Well, for us here at California Life, our pets and animals are our family. Animal abuse is a real and unfortunate thing. Cuddly.com is a worldwide website registry where animal activists and lovers can donate gifts, funds, and warmth to promote the end of animal abuse. Just recently, they helped save a dog who was found left for dead in a dumpster in Long Beach. Our Kiori Taki has this touching story.
Hey, Heather Cowdy here with Chloe at the Cuddly headquarters, a place where they take donations and help all pets from around the world. Let's check it out. This story is about Chloe, a pup found in a dumpster left for dead.
Chloe had been found in a trash can. She was tied up in a bag with a bunch of rancid trash. We immediately rushed her to the vet and we found out it was a cruelty case. She had 2 different skull fractures. She had a minor back fracture, and then she also had a leg fracture. Her leg was snapped in half. So the vets at Long Beach Animal Emergency and one of our partners at Primary Care Veterinary did a wonderful job stabilizing her, getting everything set. As you can see, she's quite the little survivor, and she's perfect now. Rescues always need help, and I see now that we're very familiar with Cuddly, we see all of the dogs constantly popping up that need help. So it's not just Chloe, there are hundreds of thousands of dogs out there that need help. If you have any information, please contact us. Send us a PM on Facebook. It's Fix Long Beach Pets and Animals, or you can go to our website, fixlongbeachpets.com. The investigation's ongoing, and we do need information to find the person who did this.
The investigation for this animal crime is still ongoing. And it's not just Chloe who needs your help. There are many animals out there who haven't been found that need a good home and shelter. That's where Cuddly comes in.
Cuddly is a community of animal people. We say it's where animal people shop and give. So we serve over 1,300 rescues around the world, and we also serve donors and pet parents. So essentially, rescues can create fundraisers and ask for products, and you as a donor can donate and buy products on behalf of any animal in need. So we found Chloe through the rescue. We heard about Chloe's story, and we were so inspired to start an account for her and a wish list and a fundraiser so that she could get the care that she needed.
And how can we make a difference? How can we help?
So anyone can go onto cuddly.com and go to urgent needs or wish lists, and you can either donate and or you can purchase items off of any wish list. And if you're a pet parent, you can create your own Cuddly list, and that also helps. The cool thing about Cuddly is that we have local rescues around the world. So even if you live in Los Angeles, you can help a rescue in New York or even in Thailand and vice versa.
Oh, nice.
So we're creating a huge community of animal lovers.
And coming up next, some exciting medical news for babies born with a heart defect. And American Idol is back, and we catch up with Singer Jordin Sparks, who opens up about her health issues. All this and more when we return. Don't go away. American Idol is back on for a new season, and singer Jordin Sparks speaks out on the disease impacting African Americans. Jordin is one of hundreds continuing to share their sickle cell stories through the storytelling project Generation S.
Grammy-nominated multi-platinum recording artist and actress Jordin Sparks wants to help spark a real conversation about the emotional and social impact of sickle cell disease.
It's because we don't talk about it very much. So to be able to raise awareness for that has been something that's been on my mind for a while, and I'm really happy to be able to do it.
She is working with Novartis because the disease, which is an inherited disorder of red blood cells, claimed the life of her stepsister. Sparks continues her busy career in music and will soon be involved in a new television series, but thoughts of her sister are never far away, and that's why she works with medical professionals to get the word out.
These sticky cells form intermittent blockages in small blood vessels, and these blockages then lead to the syndrome of chronic, recurrent, episodic, severe pain.
Jordan learned that the disease often leads to severe organ failure, which can lead to death. For more information, go to joingens.com.
Well, some exciting medical news recently approved by the FDA. The world's first medical device can be implanted in the tiniest babies, weighing as little as 2 pounds, using a minimally invasive procedure to treat a common heart defect. Gigi Copes has more.
Nearly 60,000 premature babies are born every year in the U.S., and 1 out of 5 have a significant life-threatening opening in the heart. Dr. Evan Zahn implanted the world's first and only Abbott Piccolo device, recently approved by the FDA specifically for premature babies. Parents of pediatric patients who urgently need corrective treatment for their PDA now have hope.
A PDA is a large vessel, and you can see it here on the heart model. It's this little white structure that connects our two what are supposed to be separate circulations, the circulation that feeds our body and the circulation that feeds our lung. And in premature babies, this is incredibly common.
So almost at birth, he was born at 26 weeks and 6 days, within days, the neonatologist had identified that the PDA was still open, and that they were going to monitor it to see how it was going to affect him as he journeyed through his NICU stay.
Anthony Daly and his wife never imagined they would be watching their baby Tony fight for his life. He was born prematurely with a common birth defect that requires urgent treatment to
Unfortunately, at one point, as Dr. Zahn pointed out, Tony was starting to struggle with where the blood was flowing in his body, and he was developing some side effects that were life-threatening.
The most common symptom we see is really breathing difficulties, respiratory distress. Most of the babies actually have to be put on a ventilator or respirator because the effect of the PDA is that it's really flooding their lungs with extra blood, and these are already premature small lungs that aren't quite developed yet.
Dr. Zahn came walking in through the door and explained to us the Abbott Piccolo device and how it would really potentially change Tony's forecast and outlook. And my wife and I talked about it and entrusted our son with Dr. Zahn, and obviously the outcome was amazing.
Now we have the ability to tell parents like Anthony for his son that we can treat this in a very easy, safe, fast, minimally invasive manner where you end up with just a Band-Aid on your leg at the end of the day.
That the outcome for Tony was going to be so much better that we just, you sort of close your eyes and pray, and the procedure happens, and we're in a waiting room, and Dr. Zahn comes out, and you're sort of trying to read his emotion from the minute he opens the door as to whether it went well or not, and he broke into a smile, and that relieved our nerves right away. And even our son started to just, I would say within hours, certainly within a day, everything changed. The prognosis, the outlook, his other neonatologists, it was all quite remarkable. And for us to go from one day worrying that our son was going to die to the next day they started talking about discharging him was unbelievable.
So it's a very simple procedure. We go through a tiny pinhole in the groin, like we do many cardiac catheterizations, and we put a catheter, which is like a very soft piece of very thin spaghetti. We wind that up through the heart, watching it on TV, which is something we do every day. And then the Piccolo device is a self-expanding, very soft mesh made of memory wire. And we deliver it directly into the PDA like a plug. And one of the beauties of this device is if it's not absolutely perfect, we have the ability to withdraw the device and choose a different size or a different way to implant it. And once we're completely happy with it and it's fixed the problem, we just release it from its delivery cable and it stays in there for life.
Immediately after, I think that the doctors were all sort of really impressed. His trajectory was only onward and upward, and he was released from the hospital, and 3 years later he's a healthy toddler playing basketball and running around, probably a little bit exhausting his mother and me, and There's no side effects. When you look back on where we were then and where we are now, it means everything, because I've got to enjoy fatherhood, and our son has had a healthy and happy life, and you know, it's hard to say what would have happened had it not been for Dr. Zahn and the Piccolo device.
There is plenty of information on the web at abbottpiccolo.com if people would like to read up on more on this.
I'm Gigi Copes reporting for California Life HD.
One of Hollywood's most successful fundraisers every year is the Peter Boyle Memorial Fund Comedy Gala, raising millions of dollars since its inception. The fund supports the International Myeloma Foundation and its Black Swan initiative to fight the cancer that took the actor's life in 2006. Our Brent Weber has learned a new combination immunotherapies are offering hope in the battle against this rare and currently incurable cancer.
More than 32,000 adults from all walks of life will be diagnosed with multiple myeloma in the U.S. this year, and nearly 13,000 will die from the cancer that originates in the bone marrow. Dr. Jens Hellengass is Chief of Myeloma at Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center.
Multiple myeloma is a cancer of the bone marrow. It's so-called plasma cells, and they are part of the immune system. They get cancerous and they cause different symptoms like bone pain, broken bones actually, and kidney dysfunction or low blood counts.
And while there remains no cure, recent breakthroughs in immunotherapy are helping certain affected adults live longer, more fulfilling lives.
This chronic disease needs more treatment options, and there has recently been an approval for a combination of Implicity, Pomalyst and dexamethasone, which has been shown that it was superior to Pomalyst and dexamethasone, a former treatment option in a clinical trial.
Treatments such as this FDA-approved immunotherapy are at the center of many breakthroughs in the cancer fight, engaging the patient's own immune system to rejoin the battle.
It's what the immune system is supposed to do, but in certain cases when cancer develops, it went wrong. And so some drugs, for example, Implicity, engage immune cells to attack the cancer cells again, kind of reveal that there are cancer cells, and they connect immune cells with the cancer cells so that the immune cells can kill the cancer cells.
For those interested in learning more about multiple myeloma, visit Amplicity.com, the American Cancer Society at cancer.org, or the International Myeloma Foundation at myeloma.org. Bringing you the best of California, I'm Brent Weber for California Life.
Across the country, millions of men, women, and children are trapped in the vicious cycle of poverty. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, in 2017, over 39 million people, 1 in 9 Americans, were living below the poverty line. Traditional solutions just aren't working. Here's more.
Across the country, over 40 million people are living in poverty, with seemingly little opportunity to improve their lives. And while we all agree something needs to be done, it can be overwhelming. There are thousands of organizations across the country providing aid, but which ones are providing long-term lasting results? Stand Together is committed to breaking the cycle of poverty and helping people realize their potential. Evan Feinberg of Stand Together.
In the month of January alone, National Poverty Awareness Month, we made over $20 million in commitments to these effective nonprofit organizations across the country. It's just a fraction of what we're going to do this year alone. We also announced a brand new initiative called our Giving Together initiative.
Throughout 2019, Stand Together will match all donations up to $1,000 until they reach their goal of $10 million. Learn more at standtogetheragainstpoverty.org. That's standtogetheragainstpoverty.org.
And that's it for us. If you missed any part of our show, go to our website, californialifehd.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. I'm your host, Heather Dawson. We'll see you next time.
Watch us on our YouTube channel. Stay connected to our social media, like our blogs on Facebook. Follow our tweets on Twitter. And check out our posts on Instagram and Pinterest, where we bring you the best of California.